The Republican committee is unveiling a second reconciliation bill to tackle, it says here, affordability issues. Joining us now with the details, Congressman August Pfluger, chairman of the Republican Study Committee. I'll call you Mr. Chairman, and it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Well, Joe, thanks for having me. And we have 190 members who've been working on a second reconciliation. Joe Biden spent 4 years trying to destroy the economy. Rising inflation, out of control regulations, American families all across the country were hurting, and that's why today we roll out the Making the American Dream More Affordable Act, which is a combination of bills that's centered around a couple of major themes, including housing, energy, and health care. But we want to make it more affordable. President Trump has supercharged our economy, and now it's our time in Congress to act, to codify what he has done to make sure that this is long-lasting and that families can enjoy the benefits that he rightfully has been working on.
Right. Congressman, does it address, who do we have on? We've had on some of your colleagues talking about another reconciliation bill that I guess Jody Arrington was talking about it when he was on last week, that would address health care and maybe the subsidy issues and maybe other ways that Republicans are proposing as an alternative to Obamacare. Is that included here as well in the affordability reconciliation?
Well, absolutely. Listen to what President Trump said last week when he addressed us. Why are these subsidies going to insurance companies? They should be going directly to Americans. That is codified inside this package. Americans want choices. They want transparency. They want competition. They want to know what they're buying. We have many of those options embedded here, but also we've got the first-time homeowner, the age is 41 years old. That's not the American dream. Let's push that down through home savings account. We have a legislation called the Nest Act that allows you to save money tax-free and then spend that on a down payment. Why don't we have a provision there, even if it's just for a couple of years, to allow those who are selling homes to not pay capital gains, especially when they're selling to a first-time homeowner? It's these types of policies that President Trump can see where we would continue to supercharge the economy, make life more affordable for Americans, and do the things that he has all along, even in his first term, been doing. But we took a little break with President Biden trying to destroy the economy.
Well, Congressman, the midterms are coming up, and it's kind of rich because the affordability issue is on the lips of every Democrat in Congress, and the buck does stop with the party that's in power. But my question to you would be, by sort of conceding that Republicans need to fix it, it almost allows the Democrats to say, "See, it is your fault," and it's going to tarnish you during the midterms. When in reality, inflation is 3% or below 3%. And the reason affordability is on everyone's lips is because of the 22% rise in prices during the Biden administration. And because average real wages fell in the 4 years that Biden was president. Does it not pay to just keep harping on that and say this isn't our fault? It's not our fault, so we're not going to fix it. So you say, yeah, we're going to fix it. But you see what I'm saying? It just seems like it's your problem, which means you caused the problem.
Look, Republicans always have solutions. We have much better policy than Democrats, and I think your audience is smart enough to understand the points that you just made, that Democrats were responsible for out-of-control inflation and higher prices on everything, with more government control, less innovation. And we've always championed innovation and the economy. But we're not just going to sit back. I mean, the president has worked tirelessly through the executive order process to do things that make life more affordable. We need to codify those executive orders. So, yes, it is their fault, but it is our time to fix it. We're not going to sit back. We have plenty of ideas, and that's what this framework of making the American dream affordable again is all about. And we are going to harp on it. But look, at the end of the day, my constituents and those across the country just want to be able to know that they are paying for a service or a good, health care or whatever it is that they're buying, and that they're getting a fair price. And they've been getting ripped off, and many of those policies came from Joe Biden.
Right, and Leering centers, you don't want to pay for those. I don't think. Gasoline price, oil's down, gas prices. Remember when when Biden came in, gas prices were about $2.50 or something. And for most of the presidency, it was above $3. They're back down. But in general, Congressman, you don't see prices fall. When the president said, I'm going to bring prices down because we don't want deflation, we'd like, the Fed's target is 2% inflation, but that's still rising prices, based on, year after year, the previous price level goes up another 2% on most things, or at least overall.
Well, Joe, you're right. The CPI is one metric, but what about the fraud that we see throughout our healthcare system? And I think that's what you were referring to, my colleague from Texas, Jody Arrington, talking about healthcare. There's so much fraud in this system. Why this is a major part of our bill, which is to root that out and not have those middlemen taking the money. It should go directly to the American patient. That's what we're advocating for. And what President Trump has done so brilliantly is he has added accountability back into the system. It didn't exist under Joe Biden, and now it does. And now you know what you're going to pay for, you know what service you're going to get, and we can translate across many industries that point. But it is hard to bring down consumer prices. But there are other things like healthcare that are massively important to my constituents and those around the country.